I think most of us have been there. We look at these people who just seem to have it all together. They're waking up early, they're working hard, they're always consistent. And we can't help but ask ourselves, why can't I do that? Well, let's dive into why that feeling is so incredibly common. And why, believe it or not, it's probably not your fault.
Think about it. You start a new project, a new workout plan, maybe even just a new book. That initial excitement, it's powerful, right? But then, day by day, that energy just seems to leak away. Where does it go? And what about those huge, ambitious goals you set for yourself? The ones that felt so crystal clear and totally achievable at the start. So often, they just end up becoming these distant memories, kind of collecting dust in the back of your mind.
And the habits you try so hard to build, they stick around for a week, maybe 2 if you're lucky, and then they just vanish. It really feels like your motivation simply dies on you, leaving you right back where you started. But the reason for this whole struggle, it's so much deeper than just not having enough willpower.
So, to get to the bottom of this, we first have to tear down a really common, but honestly very misleading idea. It's what I call the motivation myth. From the time we're kids, we're basically told this story. If you just feel motivated enough, you'll get things done. That the big secret to success is to find this burning desire inside you and just hold on tight.
But here's the reality check. Motivation, it's just an emotion. And like any other emotion, happiness, sadness, anger, it's totally unreliable. Some days you feel it, and some days you just don't. Relying on it is kind of like trying to build a house on shifting sand. It's just not stable. And that's exactly why that first burst of energy always seems to fade away.
Okay, so if motivation isn't the key, then what's really going on here? Well, the real story is all about our brain chemistry. Specifically, it's about a chemical you've probably heard of, dopamine.
And this is where most people get it completely wrong. We tend to think of dopamine as the happiness chemical, but it's not. It's really the chemical of anticipation. It's that feeling of, ooh, I want that. It's the drive, the craving that pushes you to go out and get a reward in the first place.
Now here's where our modern world creates a massive problem for us. Hard work, like studying for an exam, or building a business, or learning a new skill, that stuff offers slow, meaningful rewards. But our environment today is just flooded with distractions that give us fast, easy rewards. A notification on your phone, a funny short video, a quick scroll through social media, all of those things give you an instant, easy dopamine hit. So when your brain is faced with a choice between the slow, kind of painful progress of real work and the instant gratification of a distraction, it is biologically programmed to choose the faster, easier reward. And look, this is not a character flaw. It's not you being lazy, it's just how the system is wired. So, how do we fight back against our own biology? We can't just rely on willpower to magically overcome our brain chemistry. The solution is something much deeper. It requires a fundamental shift in our identity. And this might be the most important thing to really let sink in. It is time to stop blaming yourself. You don't quit things because you're lazy. You quit because your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It's comparing rewards, and our modern world is completely stacked against our long-term goals. Just think for a second about how we usually talk about our goals. We say things like, I'm trying to work out, or I'm trying to study more. You see how that language focuses on the action, on the effort, on the trying? Now, feel the difference with this statement. I am someone who works out. You feel that? It's a really subtle shift in language, but the change in your mindset is absolutely huge. You're no longer just doing something, you are being someone. And that is the secret of all those people who seem so effortlessly disciplined. They aren't wrestling with their motivation every single day. They've connected the behavior to their identity. For them, working out isn't a tough decision they have to make, it's just a part of who they are. Okay, so this all sounds great, but how do we actually build this new identity? Let's get into the practical steps. We have to become the architects of our own discipline. So how do we actually do this? Well, first we start small, and I mean absurdly small. You want to become a reader? Don't commit to a book a week. Start with 1 page a day. Each tiny action is like casting a vote for your new identity. Second, you have to reduce friction. Make the right choice the easy choice. If you want to run in the morning, lay out your clothes the night before. And third, and this one's crucial, remove distractions. You will not win a willpower battle against your phone's notifications. The only way to win is not to fight. Just put the phone in another room. The goal here is to design an environment where being disciplined is the default setting, not a constant struggle.
And finally, let's talk about the mindset you really need for any of this to stick around long term. And it all boils down to consistency, not perfection.
So many of us fall right into this trap. We build up a good streak for a few days, maybe a few weeks, and then we miss one day. And that one single miss feels so catastrophic that we figure, what's the point? And we just give up entirely.
But that's just the wrong way to think about it. Real lasting discipline has absolutely nothing to do with being perfect. It's not about some unbroken chain of success. The true measure of discipline is just how quickly you get back on track after you fall off. That's it. It's the simple act of returning to the practice, no matter what. That's what builds real resilience. That's what builds a new identity. So, if there's only one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this idea. The struggle you feel, it's very real. But the fault isn't yours. It's the product of living in an environment that is literally engineered to hijack your attention and your dopamine system.
And that's the hopeful part, isn't it? Once you truly understand how your brain works, you gain the power to work with it instead of constantly fighting against it. You can redesign your environment, you can shift your identity, and you can build the life you actually want. Not through sheer willpower, but through smart, intentional design. One small action at a time.